Welcome to another episode of the Urban Pitch Podcast. Today we got Feefa in the house.
What's good?
Feefa, dude, hey man, Feefa, when I say Feefa, they gotta know it's F-E-E-F-A, right?
Yeah,
Feefa.
F-E-E-F-A.
Oh, I like that.
F-E-E-F-A.
All right.
Yeah, we couldn't get it mixed up.
I'm just gonna let's just, have a good conversation today. You know what I mean?
Vibe.
Just chill. Yeah, good vibe, right?
Energy's good today.
Yeah.
Weather's good.
How old are you, by the way?
29.
29, okay. You
Yeah.
look a lot younger, though.
I know.
Huh. You can still pull off, you can still get carded, huh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I get carded to buy lighters sometimes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I didn't know it was like that with lighters. I don't smoke, so.
No, it was when I lived in Chino Hills, they carded me once for a lighter. I looked at the dude, I was like, dude, I have tattoos. It doesn't matter, man. You look too young. I was like, damn. Like, all right, I gotta go home and get my ID now.
Chino Hills. But you didn't grow up in Chino Hills, right?
No. I grew up out here in mid-city LA.
Okay.
I went from mid-city LA to South Central LA, so I've been in LA most of my life.
Okay, so were you born here?
Yeah, born and raised.
What about ethnicity?
My parents, my mom's from Santa Ana, El Salvador.
Okay.
Also my father.
Okay, so El Salvadorian?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Salvadorian.
Do you
raised by a single mother.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you speak Spanish?
Si, senor.
Fluent?
Fluent.
Okay.
I speak it and I write it, read it.
Because I know your music, right? Well, let's talk about your music. What genre would you classify that as?
It's a new genre.
Okay.
It's a new genre where I would say it's a genre where you could be you.
Mm-hmm. But it's influenced by hip hop.
It's it's influenced by hip hop. It's influenced
a little bit of reggaeton, you know what I mean?
No
reggaeton.
A little bit of reggaeton,
Yeah.
just a little bit. But
Okay.
most of my Spanish comes from merengue, salsa, from the stuff that I grew up listening, seeing my parents listen to.
Okay.
You're in the car with your dad,
Mm-hmm.
you'll hear salsa in the radio.
Okay.
You're at home Sunday mornings
Right.
when it's time to clean. You'll hear the merengue popping.
All right. So then, but you know your music, right? It's on different platforms. What would they put? What would they find you under? You know?
I think they'll put me in the hip hop. They'll put me
category?
they'll put me hip hop urban.
Okay.
Right now that's the
category.
The category I'm trying to break right now, where I feel like I can handle the Spanish and the English, because
Okay.
my music is bilingual. It's mixed with both.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? But that's just because in our culture, that's just how we were raised. You go to school, you have to speak English, but when you go home, you got to speak Spanish to your mom.
All right.
So then when we speak with friends, we'll, we'll be like, hey, yo, man, let's go outside. Está haciendo frío.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go outside. It's cold. We mix it. So then I learned how to put that into music. Also because, growing up, when people would hear you speak Spanish, they would automatically make fun of you. Or if you speak a different language, people make fun of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or they look at you different and be like, oh, this guy's not that cool.
Right.
So a lot of kids in this generation kind of block the roots and the culture. You get me?
Yeah.
I want to be the guy to be like, you know what? It's okay to be you, man. These are your roots. This is what you were born to be. You were born to be you, but you could learn this and you could also do this at the same time. You get me?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm doing. It's just to give those kids that confidence to be themselves, to be, whether you're Hispanic or wherever you're from, just be you.
Okay.
You get me?
So it's more like you have positive message with your music.
Yeah, very, very positive.
Okay. You're not doing the drive-by gang shooting type.
I'll talk about
lyrics?
it.
Okay.
I'll talk about it because I was around it.
Okay.
I was a part of that at one point.
Mm-hmm.
You get me?
Yeah.
That's part of the journey.
Sure.
Part of my journey.
Okay.
My experiences that I get to talk about with people. Where it's one of those make you break you situations.
Right. Okay. So how was your upbringing then? You know what I mean?
My upbringing was pretty tough. We didn't have the best of everything. I was raised by a single mother. I have 3 older brothers. You get me? I had no family over here. My mom came from El Salvador by herself, and then she had her kids over here. My dad wasn't around. He was out doing his thing. He had a gambling problem at one point. So my mom had to do what she had to do.
So then, you said you have 3 older brothers, though?
Yeah, I had 3 older brothers.
Okay,
none of them are gang related. None of that.
Okay.
I always stayed focused on, just soccer, man. Soccer kept me off the streets.
So your brothers too? They stayed away from kind of the gang.
Yeah, man, they stayed away. Of course we did stuff in high school. I didn't graduate from high school.
Okay.
I didn't graduate From elementary or middle school. Like,
you didn't graduate from elementary, middle school, high school?
No, I was getting in trouble. I was in and out. I was getting
Okay.
in trouble already. In elementary was just bad experience. School was just a bad experience for me.
How you getting kicked out of like elementary school? What were you doing in a? You know, like, how bad can you be like when you're like 8 years old?
It's
right?
the power of the words, man. I used to use my mouth a lot.
Okay.
I used to talk back to these teachers because they would try to, they would get disrespectful sometimes, and I'll put a stop to it.
Right. So
they wouldn't like
spitting
that.
bars even back then.
Yeah, I was spitting bars, and then what made it worse is like the kids.
Because you're clever too, right? Huh?
Yeah,
I was like
clever.
a quick comeback, huh?
My comebacks were super quick, hella quick.
That's
and then
hilarious.
what made it worse is like the classroom would start laughing and be like, oh, and I'll be like, oh, fuck.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. So then teachers get extra mad, right?
They'll get super mad.
Yeah.
They'll feel like I'm doing it on purpose, but they gotta understand where we come from. We already have our guards up. We come in a defensive mode already. You get me? Because we're so like it's hard for us to trust people already. You get me? We're pretty much raising ourselves, so we kind of close up, and that's what I feel like a lot of teachers didn't understand about us and our community.
Yeah.
You get me? Was
the teachers in the like your elementary school, middle school, they weren't they weren't were they all like white? You know what I mean? They weren't from the community. Like
no,
they weren't any Latin.
They weren't. The only Latin teacher that I did have in middle school, her name was Miss Ortega.
Okay.
This lady was a dope soul, man. She used to take her time off of her week, and she'll go watch my soccer games during the weekend. Okay. So you get me? It's like what teacher would do that? Only she would do that. So I was real good in her class. I'm talking A's. I was a smart kid.
Okay.
I was always good at writing.
Okay. So you weren't getting like necessarily bad grades then. Like you weren't, you know what I mean? Like you weren't getting D's and F's because you weren't able to do it.
Yeah, it was more because I didn't have that connection with that teacher. I just felt like.
So what was Miss Ortega's class?
Miss Ortega was math.
Okay, so you got A's in math.
She was math and English. I was good in those two subjects only.
Okay, that's fun. That's interesting because a lot of hip hop artists, you know what I mean? Like they talk about how they were terrible in all their classes except like English. Eminem says that. You know what I mean? Like he had a talent for words. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so you were like that too, though. You had a talent for words.
Yeah, I had a talent for words.
And math.
At one point, one of my teachers, Miss White, she sat me down once, and she got strict. She was an African American lady. She was like, Mr. Acuna, you have so much potential. Your writing is great. I could see it in you. But you need to stop being bad. You need to stop doing this. You need to stop talking back. And I was just like, I sat down and thought about it. Every time I would write my papers, I would get 4s. I wouldn't study. I would just write. She'll tell us a story, read the book, and write a story about it. I would be one out of 5 kids who would get a 4. I would get A's. And it just happened. Right. I just knew how to express myself. That's something that was installed in me as a child, was just knowing how to express myself.
Okay, so then when you were young, did you already kind of know, well, you said you played soccer, but did you know that you wanted to, get into music and be a rapper or a hip-hop artist,
No, at first, I had a love for soccer. My love for soccer, that was my commitment. And then my mom would put me to sing in church when I was 5. This is when the cassette players were back in the day, so I would have to go back home, press rewind, memorize the lyrics, flip the cassette, press play, try to memorize it, then flip the, back and forth. And she said I was doing this at 5.
Okay.
You get me? So I was young. But at that, I started playing when I was 4. So, and I would play soccer just because my dad would just come on the weekends and take us to go play. So, I had that commitment.
Right.
And, I slowly started drifting away from music. Boom, I got into soccer. I made a lot of good friends. Okay. That's what I loved about the sport. You learn a lot.
So you got skills on the soccer pitch?
Oh yeah.
Yeah? What position do you play?
Midfield. Center attack mid or right wing.
You still play?
Not right now.
Okay, so you focus all on the music,
I'm on music, and I still play for fun. Like later on, we gather up with old high school homies, and we just meet up and play for fun. Yeah. You might get a couple nutmegs in there, you get me, just to make me feel good, build my confidence.
Did you play high school soccer?
Not to have the grades.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I didn't have the grades. You gotta have the grades, but the senior coach used to come at me as a freshman, and he would be like, "All right, mate, when are you gonna play for my team, mate?" And I was like, man, I got to get my grades up. And he would always see me ditching, walking around. He'd be like, man, I'm going to talk to your counselor. I'm going to give you my class so I can give you a free A. And he did
it's already starting at that age. Huh?
Yeah, and I was like 1 A out of 5, out of other 5 Fs. And then he would just look at me like, dude, I'm trying to help you. Like, I need you in this team.
I need you to come up on the other 4, right? I'm
he's
helping
like,
you with 1.
Yeah, just give me 2 or 3 more A's, man. I'm like, dude, I just can't be in class, man. You get me? At that time, is we go through things as a kid, as a teenager. You get me? It's kind of getting to know yourself, and then you're dealing with house problems and a bunch of stuff. And then I just try to get distracted, so I would just ditch, and then I'll be out in the basketball court shooting for money.
Oh, okay. Shooting for money. What was that about?
Man, I used to make money off of shooting
playing
hoops.
Hoops. Okay.
Playing hoops. So the way
White Man
it works,
Can't Jump. You ever watch that movie?
Kind of like that. Yeah.
Okay. So
it was like that.
Tell me. So this is in high school though?
Yeah, this was in high school.
But not on the high school campus, right?
Yeah.
During school or after school?
Nah, during.
During school, you're making money?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me how you doing it.
I was hustling, man.
Okay, how you hustling?
So what happened was, I picked up basketball. First off, I picked up basketball as my second sport. One, because once again, kids will make fun of you before when you'll play soccer. Oh, you're Mexican. Oh, you're a choon. Oh, you shouldn't be playing that. Who plays soccer?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they would bash on, man.
Okay, what school is this? Like,
this is Pio Pico. This is Mid-City, LA.
Okay, but there's tons of Hispanics there, right? They're playing soccer, right? It wasn't popular. It wasn't like the cool sport, right?
No, it wasn't a thing to do. Okay. And plus, remember, the PE teachers wouldn't let you play soccer sometimes.
They didn't like it, huh?
Dude, they would make us play concrete hockey before they'll make us play soccer.
Right,
like, dude, there's no ice out here. Why the hell would I play hockey? You get me?
Yeah.
So it was like a lot of the system did not make sense to me growing up.
Sure.
Now, so I picked up basketball just because kids used to make fun of me.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, I'm gonna ball these motherfuckers up.
Okay.
You get me?
Yeah.
Dude, I started balling. Doom. Next thing you know, they got me for the middle school basketball team. Now I'm playing for the middle school basketball team. You get me? So I got that good at that level. Now when I get to high school, they wanted to get me in the soccer team and basketball, but once again my grades weren't there.
Yep.
So I made a lot of connections with players, and it's just smack talking smack. Kids will be like, "Oh, you can't shoot, you can't play," and I'll be like, "All right, you know what? Let's shoot." First one to score 5 threes gets $5.
Okay.
So it started with me and this one friend. We were like friendly rivals.
Okay. Just between the two, you guys
just
going
between
back and
both
forth
of
for
us.
$5, right?
Just $5, right?
Okay.
Then other people started joining. Then 5 more people would get in. They'll be like, "Hey, look, I got 5 on mine. I got 5. That's $20."
So this is like every day this is happening?
No, this was every day.
So like during PE or something like that, or
this was during PE class.
How you doing this? Like, because as soon as you bring out money, the PE teacher is gonna see like, what are you guys doing over there, right? So you guys kept it on the
DL. About it. Yeah, they didn't care about it.
You didn't have to keep it on the
No, we didn't do it. At one point, one of the security guards tried to hustle me.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
So he wanted to try and get in on it?
Yeah, no, he wanted to try to get in. He was like, hey, he stopped on his car. He was like, what y'all doing over here, man? And I told him straight up, I was like, I'm shooting for money. What you got on it? He was like, oh, y'all think you could play? I was like, yeah, I could play.
Okay. So he got in on it?
He hopped out of his court. He hopped out of his little golf cart thing, and then he hopped out. He was like, all right. He was like, how much y'all playing for? We were like, man, $10 for you, because we know you got money. He was like, all right, I'll put my $10. Boom. He put his 10, and then a bunch of us kids just started playing, which was I thought was the most awesome thing ever, because he didn't judge us. You get me? He just became one of us. You get me?
Plus he's trying to win money.
Plus he was trying to win money. He ended up losing his money. I didn't win it. Some other dude won it.
So this is a 3-point contest, basically.
This is a 3-point contest. So first one to score 5 wins. So if you hit 5, if you're the first one, if you hit 5 in a row, you take everybody's money. You don't give them a chance.
So so you go first and you shoot until you miss?
Yeah.
So say you make the first one, you get to go again.
Yeah, you get to go again.
So you miss the second one, then it's the next guy's turn?
And the next guy's turn.
And then he keeps going, and then he misses, and then it keeps going around until you hit 5.
Yeah, until you hit 5.
I see. It's kind of like horse maybe, but you're right. But
yeah,
threes only.
But threes only. So it'll get challenging because it's back to back. Nobody ever wanted to lose, so you keep going.
How do you figure who goes first, though?
Back to back.
Because if you're like Steph Curry, you go first every time, you're gonna win. You never even, you know what I mean? The other guy doesn't even get a shot. There's no matching.
No.
Like if you make first 5 and the other guy and if he makes first 5, no.
No.
Okay, so then
this is some real street.
No logic involved, right?
Yeah, no logic.
Has a huge advantage,
right? And then it came to a point. Yeah, it came to a point where then the gang members started picking it up, and then now we have cribs coming up to us like, hey man, what's up, man? I need all y'all money. Y'all need to get. We're like, nah, man, you gotta shoot.
Okay.
Then we'll take his money. He'll get mad and try to start fighting most of us. We'll be like, man, it's part of the game.
All right. So they would pay up though?
Yeah, they'll pay up. They had to.
Okay, interesting, man.
But it was that was my upcoming
street hustle, playing hoops, huh?
I used to make money shooting hoops.
That's hilarious. How much would you make like in a week?
In a week, it depends.
Yeah.
My good week, I think I made like 120.
Really? $120?
Yeah.
Playing hoops,
but it was on a bad week. I was on the negative end.
Okay, so then
it was a good and bad.
Yeah.
Like,
so you have to have your gangster role, right?
Yeah, you had to have a little stash so you won't fall. So what I would do, I just wouldn't spend it. I wouldn't spend it on anything.
Okay.
I'll just keep my money just to have it, just in case. And then I'll go back the next day, and then I'll lose 50, and then I'll just be like, all right, well, I'm still $45 up.
Right. So what would you be doing with your money? Like, what'd you spend your money on when you're at that age in high school?
Shit, weed.
Weed? Okay, what else? Clothes? What?
No, I wasn't. Not really on clothes. You know what? Yeah, clothes.
So this is weed money that you're playing for, basically,
we
right?
were mostly like weed money or just to go out and get some food. Because, my mom worked like 3 jobs at the time, so she was only able to give us like, oh, here's 10 for the week. You get me? And there's 4 of us, so it's like I didn't expect much.
Right.
So I had to kind of flip it. You get me?
I got you.
I was doing it with the right intention of helping us.
Right.
You get me? I didn't have a selfish intention where I was like, oh, I'm gonna make money so I could go buy this new Gucci belt that I saw. Like, it was never like I never had that mentality. Like, my shit was just more just to have money so I could, just to have that security. Like, all right, if all of our homies go eat, one of our friends doesn't have money, I got you. Boom. Okay. You get me? It was one of those.
All right. So what are you doing? What did you do like after you graduated from high school then? Did you just get like a regular 9 to 5?
I dropped out.
After high school. Yeah. Okay. So then, when you dropped out, what were you doing? Were you working? What'd you do? You get a 9 to 5?
I picked up coaching.
Okay. So you were coaching soccer?
I was coaching kids.
Okay.
My mom's boss, my mom was a maid, so she worked, she would clean house for this certain guy. And this guy had triplets. So then I would babysit him when I was younger, and then it came to a point where he was like, "Dude, can you build them to be soccer players?" I was like, "Sure." 2 times a week, $60 for an hour. I was like, "Dude, I'll take it."
Okay.
So I was making 120, and I was just 18. Plus, that gave me time to build myself. I was still trying to play at that time. I was trying to come back from my injury. I had a back injury at 16. I pinched my right nerve. Playing soccer.
So you're trying to do soccer as a career.
Yeah, I really was. I was trying to push that. I was really trying to push that. I was trying to make my comeback.
You took soccer seriously.
Yeah, I was competing.
Okay.
We were competing at a high level.
Okay. So
I was in the coast soccer league, all that. We stayed champions on that.
So what was like the kind of the highest level before you kind of stopped playing soccer then?
I played semi-pro when I was 25.
Okay. What team?
I played for Real Sociedad. They're out here in 41st and Compton.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
41st and Compton.
But when you said co-soccer league, that means you played like club soccer too, or
I played club when I was young.
Club soccer is no joke though. It's not, and it's hard, but it's also expensive, right?
Yeah, it could get expensive. Now the thing was, the club I played for, it was big at one point, but it was all Salvadorian. It was a Salvadorian club.
Okay.
Eventually, everybody grew up, so we were like the last batch of that group. So then our coach was just like, all right, we're just going to invest all the time in you guys. And we were competing, dude, with 12 players on our roster. All these other kids had 18.
Sure.
And we won the Coast League. They wanted us to play Premier. But we had a budget.
Yeah.
You get me? Yeah. And in the Premier League at that time, there was only 5 teams. And our parents were like, dude, we're not going to play Premier so you guys could play 5 teams. That makes no sense. Like, you get me?
Yeah.
So then we played Gold. I think we stayed like in 4th place in Gold. But that season is when I got hurt.
Okay, so how old were you?
I was 16.
Okay, so then when did you kind of drift away from soccer and get into the music side and focus on that?
21.
21. Okay, but so before 21, you weren't taking music seriously at all?
No, I was a huge fan of music though. Okay. I was logging into hot new hip hop, just logging in like, all right, what's new, what's out? Hot new hip hop before it was this big, before it became mainstream, before they used to put out music. Like the DJs would put out music fresh out the studio. I mean, like just the song with the hook, one verse, and then empty beat. Okay. And then the week after, they'll put out the whole song. And then the week after that, they'll put out a mastered version where it was the final version. So I would keep up with a lot of that, dude. I would keep up, dude. I would just, boom, listen to music. And I would be like, yo, look at this new artist. Yo, look at this new artist. And I would tell my brothers about it, you get me? I got into it at one point. This is when I had my breakthrough, when that's when I'm trying to come back from injury. I kind of figured, I was like, all right, I'm kind of done. You get me? I was like, I'm kind of done.
Yeah.
I had a money movement going on out here. It wasn't the smartest thing to do, but it was getting me through whatever.
Okay.
And
So side hustle. You had a side hustle going on.
I had a dumb side hustle.
Okay.
By dumb, it's like
illegal.
Illegal. Yeah.
Okay.
So I had that going. Then one day I just sat down. We're just smoking with everybody in my room. And then I just thought about it. And I remember having a conversation with a friend, with my boy Imar. And I was just, I'm open with people. And I was just telling him, I was like, yo, I'm low-key frustrated. I was like, I don't think I'll be able to play. Whatever I'm doing now, this shit ain't going to last long. I got to think of something good. Then my boy was like, well, dude, aren't you good at writing? Mm-hmm. Nigga, start writing. Start rapping. And I just thought about it. And I was like, wait. It's like, I remember I used to freestyle and clown on people in high school. Mm-hmm. You get me?
Yeah.
In class, I used to freestyle just for fun.
Okay.
Just gather up the homies. Just start, hey, bro, let's hear what you got. And I would just freestyle.
Okay.
So all of that came to me, and I was like, all right. I spent that whole night. I didn't sleep till like 3 a.m. I was just writing. The next morning, I invited everybody. We were having a Feefa session, smoke session. And I was like, yo, I wrote something. Mm-hmm. You guys let me know if it's a go. If it's weak, I'm never going to do this shit ever again. Okay. And then I rapped it to them, and they all looked at each other. Like, they didn't even look at me. They all looked at each other, and they were just like, yo.
It's pretty good.
They were like, hey, that shit's actually good, bro. They were like, you sure you've never done this?
All right.
I was like, no, I was just up writing last night.
Okay.
So you
were rapping to it, right?
Yeah, I was rapping
to a beat or what?
To a beat. Okay. I had my boy had a bunch of J Dilla beats in his computer, and I was listening to J Dilla. I was like, yeah, this motherfucker's tight. Mm-hmm. It's just super underground, super raw sounds. Mm-hmm. Then I was just like, all right. I just started feeling it, and I just started writing. Little by little, I started getting involved with more musical people. You get me? More rappers, more like, I feel like the universe started bringing that towards me. You get me? Mm-hmm. And then I just started learning. I just started learning more. I was around real good artists, and I just started picking it up. And then to the point where I got to this level. It was just like...
So that's been like 8-9 years now, right?
8-9 years, yeah.
And so right now, and then, you basically combine kind of the two loves, because that's where your rap name comes from, right? Feefa,
yeah,
right?
Feefa. But that was my hood name.
Oh, that was before you were into music?
Before I was into music, Feefa became it was a street name.
Yeah.
Not like a hood street name, like you get me. It was more of a nickname where
because you were good at soccer or what?
No, because at this point, nobody knew about soccer.
Okay.
Nobody knew about the game Feefa.
Okay.
In my neighborhood, nobody knew about it. They were playing NBA 2K and NBA Live or Madden.
Okay.
You get me? So when these friends started coming over, these new friends that I had met that were rapping, they would come over. They'd be like, "Bro, what the hell are you playing?" I was like, "Man, it's Feefa." They're like, "Oh, I remember this, bro. All right, teach me." So I started teaching them. Boom. Now we're picking it up. Now we're not even playing 2K no more or Madden. We're playing Feefa. Okay. I mean, 24/7.
This is FIFA, what, 2012?
FIFA 2010. This was the World Cup.
Got it.
This was the World Cup FIFA. Actually, it was FIFA 09.
Okay.
It was FIFA 09. And then it was FIFA 09. And that's when FIFA 2010 World Cup came out. I believe so.
Okay.
So then now we're playing this one. You get me? Now we're building momentum. Mm-hmm. And then one of my friends had he had a little boy. And I would always play soccer with him, so he didn't know how to pronounce my name. My real name is Edwin. Okay. So little kids always had an issue with that.
Edwin?
Yeah, Edwin.
The D and the W right next to each other is not easy,
it's just
right?
weird. So he would just look at me. He would be like, He wouldn't know how to say it. And then my boy was like, man, dude, Uncle Feefa. Call him Uncle Feefa, man. Uncle Feefa.
Feefa?
Yeah, right. So then that's when it stuck. You get me? And everybody just looked. They were like, oh, bro, that name fits you. Like, you're Uncle Feefa from now on. So even like the street dudes call me Uncle Feefa. They don't call me Feefa. They call me Uncle Feefa. So that's how I picked it up from there. And then as far as spelling and all that came till later. Like I started building on that with actual help from people who actually helped me. We brainstormed.
Creative guys, huh?
Creative guys.
In the business or your friends?
Friends.
Okay. And
just
they were
friends.
just like, hey, I like the name Feefa, but we gotta flip it a little bit.
They were like, yeah, you gotta flip it. I was like, and I always had questions. I mean, I don't mind questioning. Yeah. They always say being curious is a good thing.
I completely agree. Yeah.
So I was just curious. I was like, dude, I can't use this. I was like, if I make it big, I wasn't saying what if. I was like, when I make it big, they're gonna come after me.
Yeah, because if it's FIFA, right?
Yeah, it's too common. And then they were like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, they were like, yeah, you're right. So then we're brainstorming, and then I was like, well, what if it's FWEFA? But then I was like, nah, but then people are gonna read Fefa. Now I'm thinking like a Spanish person. I was like, people are gonna read Fefa. That's how you read it in Spanish, Fefa. And they were like, nah, it just looks good.
Okay.
Then we all agreed, and we're just like, all right, fuck it, Feefa it is.
Right.
I was like, we'll spell it this way.
Okay. Yeah, because when I first saw it, I just the spelling, right? I figured it was FIFA. You know, so I don't think the non-Hispanic community is gonna get confused in the
No.
Yeah.
They won't get confused at all.
Right.
But I still know people who will be like, hey man, what how do you pronounce it? And I'm like, dude, FIFA.
Keep it simple. Don't overthink it, right?
Oh, like soccer, I get it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude.
I know. I have a problem with overthinking things sometimes.
Yeah.
Just keep it simple, right?
Just keep it simple. Just do.
So where are you at now in your music career? What phase are you at?
Music career. Yeah. I feel like I'm breaking that door right now.
Okay.
I'm breaking that door of changing the game, of actually doing this bilingual stuff and making it permanent in the game.
Okay. You have management? You have an agent? What do you have?
I have a management right now. I have my boy Reek.
Okay.
He managed one of the guys from LMFAO.
Okay.
He managed Sky Blue. He managed that guy. And then he managed Sensato from New York.
Okay. How'd you guys hook up?
It's crazy. When I put out my first video last year, it was the NVIDIA.
Okay.
Now this one was when I broke the game. I was like, all right, I kind of tested the waters. I was like, dude, I'm in the studio. I saw my one of the producers put up a beat on Instagram, just a quick sample.
Yep.
As soon as I heard it, sent him a DM. I was like, yo, send me this shit. I'm gonna have a hit in 2 or 3 days, bro. I promise you.
Okay.
He sent it to me. Went to the studio that same night. I laid my verse. Next day, I called up the other homies, the ones that I put on the song. It's like, yo, I got a hit. Come through. You get me? And then my boy Anthony Blanco came, and then he was just like, and me and him, we would freestyle in Spanish just to like warm up, as a warm up.
Yeah.
We would freestyle in Spanish, just fucking around, just say the dumbest shit. You get me?
Yeah.
And then we both looked at each other, and I was like, yo, this might work. He was like, what? I was like, what if we do the hook in Spanish? He just looked at me. He's like, he's like, oh, let's try it. I was like, fuck. I was like, all right. Now I'm coming up with the melodies. And I was like, yo, it fits. And then I was just like, yo, throw me in the booth. So I'm already thinking about it. As soon as I get in the booth, I laid it out. And the way I played it was, we put it out on SoundCloud first just to see how people react to it.
Yeah.
And the Hispanic people went nuts for it.
Okay.
They were just, I started getting phone calls and messages like, yo, what the fuck? This is a hit, man. This is a hit. Y'all got to make a video for this. I called my boys up. I was like, yo, we need a video for this ASAP. This is going to be my first video. But my main thing was to bring out a platform for Latino artists in LA. I wanted to find the best Latin artists in LA. Okay. And be able to, to push as a team, like push as a unit. Even though we're not a group, but I wanted to give all of us a platform for all of us to push, because I saw the same potential in them that I saw in me.
Right, because you're a solo artist, but you're basically doing collabs, right?
Yeah, so I was just like, yo, you guys, I know you guys could do it just as good as me, so let's fucking push. We all branch out from this. Okay. And we put it out, and the shit went kind of viral. You got me? People picked it up, and the manager, my manager from now, he saw it.
Okay. So he saw the video.
He saw the video.
Okay, on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Okay,
and then he knew.
And then contacted you.
He contacted one of my friends that knew me.
Okay.
And then since on Instagram it shows who follows who follows, so they had a talk. And then my boy called me. He's like, "Yo, I got somebody who could help you." And I was like, "All right, bring him." By that time, I had already ran through like 3 managers who I didn't like.
Okay. Over how long of a period of time?
I was saying like 4 months. I ran through like 4 or 5 managers.
4 or 5 managers in 4 months?
Yeah.
What was the?
I mean, I didn't hire them.
Yeah.
It was just like interview.
It just didn't work out.
It didn't work out. Yeah. Fuck no.
What was it? What were the issues mainly?
They put money first.
What do you mean?
They were more about money more than the art.
Okay. So they're too concerned about like trying to get them quick money, you're saying?
Yeah, they were too concerned about their pockets. I didn't like that. Okay. Like, you get me? I didn't like that at all. Make sense. And, it's not the contract. It's just the conversations we had in the room. Yeah. That did not make sense to me. Like, one of the guys came up to me and he just showed me my Instagram. He's like, "Look, by next month, we'll have you up to 1 million followers, dude." Okay. I was like, "What the?" I was like, "I don't give a rat's ass." As you can see, my IG, I didn't care about my Instagram. You get me? Yeah. I was like, "Bro, how are we gonna be able to sell this?" Right. You get me? Instagram shit's gonna blow up regardless. Like. I'm not worried about 1, 2, 3 million. Like, this is just an app you're talking about. Right. So, and what was his like rationale behind it? Like, how was he saying you're gonna get up to that and that fast? Because it's not that easy. No, right? he just made it seem like oh, we'll pay people to get you up. I was just like, nah, that's not what I want to do. I see. I was like, thank you, but that's not what I want. Okay. The other guy was just like, yo, man, I know a perfect way for you, and I want you to do this type of music and this. I was like, nope, boop.
Okay. All right. And then, yeah. But then now, so the management.
My manager from now,
yeah.
his approach was way different.
Okay.
He just hit me up. He's like, yo, we're talking. He's like, dude, I believe in your stuff. And he just came to the studio and just hung out. He just hung out. Just how we're chilling, we're talking.
Yeah.
Exactly all he did. He just sat in there. He just hung out. At one point, it felt like I had somebody from, like a brother.
Yeah, backing me up. Support, right?
And he didn't bring up no money, no nothing. Like, and I love that he was humble about it. I know what he was about. Okay. You get me? But it's just like one of those. Like, you don't have to tell me. It's like, you get me? You kind of read people. You can, we're at that level already of maturity where we kind of know. Then he called me up. He's like, yo, you have great music. I want to go back and listen to some more tomorrow. Are you going to be there? I was like, yo, I'm here already. Come through. You get me? Mm-hmm. He just started coming, and then he just started giving me input on music. But what I loved about him is we connected at a musical level.
Gotcha.
Where his intentions were to make my music the best that it could be.
Right.
That's that's what I wanted.
Got it.
You get me?
Yeah. So how long ago was this?
This was about 4 or 5 months ago.
Okay. So it's recent then.
Just recent, yeah. Okay. I was moving solo, and now with him, dealing with him, you get me? He just made it more. He made it more professional. Made it more like, all right, this is what you're gonna do, man. Mm-hmm. Like, I got your back, you got mine.
So you guys, is he like taking you to like, and presenting you in front of labels, what's
going
on with that?
He's presenting me to all these labels right now.
Okay.
Universal is in the talks of a contract.
Okay.
Warner also.
Okay, so you're talking to major labels right now.
Yeah, major labels. But what's crazy was because we bumped heads like the first couple times because while he's shipping me to these labels, these labels rejected my music. One because they were like, oh no, he has to do English or Spanish or we're not gonna take him.
Really? In this day and age?
Right.
I mean, there's like I thought like Pitbull and like I thought that that's back in the days they already went through that barrier where it's accepted.
Not really, not in a hip hop form. Not the way I'm putting it. My art's a little different. It's more for the people. Pitbull's doing party music. Party music is okay.
I see.
You get me? Yeah. That's worldwide. I understand that. Yeah. That could be whatever language you want. Just the whole sound.
Right.
My sound is different. It's urban, like you said. Like we're for the streets. Sure. We're for us. We're more for the people.
Right. But they were saying you got to do one or the other.
They were like, nah, he has to do English or Spanish. Okay. Or we ain't in
order to market it to this audience or that, we gotta
figure
it out.
We ain't giving them nothing. And then my manager came back to me. He tried to change my style. He's like, bro, all right, so look, from now on you got to do all Spanish or all English. And I told my manager, I was like, no, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. The game is eventually going to change. And he was like, nah, man, but these labels don't want that. And I was like, no. I was like, look, do you trust me, yes or no? He's like, yeah, I trust you, bro. But these labels, I was like, listen, do you trust me, yes or no? He's like, yeah. And I was like, look, all right, so if you trust me, whether you ride with me or we finish this shit here. You get me? And then he was just like, he thought about it. He was like, all right. He was like, all right, let's keep pushing. The week after... is when Beyonce did that remix to J Balvin.
Okay.
Right? That's when they mixed the English and Spanish.
Okay.
Now I'm calling him. I'm like, the door's about to open. It's knocking. He was like, yeah, but it's Beyonce, it's J Balvin. We'll give it time. The week after, like 2 weeks later, they made the Crippy Kush remix with Nicki Minaj and Bad Bunny. Called him again. I was like, is the door? I doubt they're knocking now.
Yeah, it's happening, right?
I was like, yo, they're not knocking. I was like, this is our time. And he's like, yo, I'm sorry. He's like, yeah, I believe you. He's like, yeah, let's get it. And ever since that, my whole album it's a mixture. It's fucking dope. It's art. I've never felt so confident behind my music. Message. Yeah. The message is positive. The sound it's good. It doesn't matter if it has no color to it. It has no race to it. The only thing that's different is the language, but I did it in a way where you'll understand what I'm saying. And I've played it for people who don't understand Spanish, and they'll tell me like, yo, I feel like I know what you're saying.
Right. I mean, music is music, right? Yeah. Obviously, if you understand it, there's an extra level to it. But even if you don't understand the Spanish side, right? You can rap with the vibe and the even though you don't understand the lyrics, there's a rhythm to it, right?
Yeah, there's definitely a cool rhythm to it. And then, now Universal's like, they're super hyped. They played it to the vice president of Universal, and he he became a fan. Like, he's literally a fan, and he wants, you know, they want to sign me. My whole thing is I have a team of people who helped me before this, you get me, which is my brother, my boy Bravo, who produces for me, and my other boy Ronald. It was 4 of us in a small garage making music, and I can't make a decision for myself, but it's for the team, you get me?
Okay, so it's a package deal.
It's a package deal. You're not just gonna take one. You gotta take me, but with whatever I bring. You gotta bring my vision too.
Right.
I can't just go onto your label and then you guys are gonna completely flip my shit.
Right.
And then
it's a team, right? You're gonna bring your team, right? Because that's who you came up with. So you're saying you're not gonna just go as a solo without your boys.
I'm not leaving that, and I'm not saying like team like they write for me. No, I write my own shit. I write my own shit. You get me? The reason why they're a team is because they're a support system.
Yeah.
That's my support system. Those are the guys that I surrounded myself with because I knew they were gonna make me better. You get me?
Yeah.
You kind of get me. It's like having them in that room was just like, the energy is insane. Like, the criticism was fucking insane. Like,
from your support team, right?
From my support.
That's good.
And I didn't take it. This is for whoever's listening. You can't take constructive criticism and let it break you.
Yeah.
As long as you know that their intentions are in the good to make you better, you should have no problem with that. So it kind of took time for me to actually flip that, because you know, coming from LA in the neighborhood, when people talk shit, they talk shit for a reason. You get me? It's because they don't like you. Yeah. Their intentions were different. They weren't necessarily talking shit, but they would be like, what if you do, like, you know, what if you talk about this better? What if we try this? What if, you get me? It was more uplifting.
So in the beginning, it was kind of, it was hard for you to take that constructive criticism in the beginning?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, yeah.
Of course.
So you're resistant to it?
Yeah, I was in defensive mode. You get me? That's your art. That's something you're creating. So then after a while, it's just like, you know what? I gave in. You get me? I was just like, you know what? These are good people that are trying to help me. And I have my brother on my corner. Okay. So I was like, he's not going to tell me some shit that's going to... He doesn't want to make me look stupid. He doesn't want to embarrass me or nothing.
Okay. So one of your brothers is with you right now. He helps.
Yeah, he helps a lot. He helps a lot. He helps a lot.
But you have 3 brothers. Only one of them?
Yeah, three older brothers. The other older brothers, my other older brother works, and then my other older brother, he's more into church and the musical stuff, but they're in tune with like the stuff that I do, and they support me 100,000%. I did have a lot of doubters before, even from my mom to my dad. You get me?
Yeah. Even the more further you go, you're always gonna have doubters, right? Even the more successful you get, even if you're big time, they're always gonna be doubters, right? Yeah. Dude, people doubt like Nas, Jay-Z, you know what I mean? Like,
people doubt that the world is fucking round.
That's
like,
true.
You get me?
Also, you're not a flat Earth theorist?
Nah, I don't.
You don't believe in the flat Earth theory?
No, hell no.
So some of that stuff.
What about you? You believe in the flat Earth?
I don't believe. No, I believe the Earth is round. But
I believe the Earth is round.
But I'm gonna say, I do see why certain people could doubt it, because when you read some of these flat Earth conspiracists, they're very compelling. A lot of them, they're not dumb. You know, the guys that put the information out there. You know, so I obviously know and believe that the Earth is round, but I could see, like, dude, some of their arguments are very compelling. So I could see why someone that's not really all into, you know, maybe not facts, but just like, you know what I mean? They, they can kind of get swayed by that. I can see that.
That's trip. That's super trippy. But you'll get doubted. Yeah. People are gonna go against you, and it came to a point where, you know, I was getting bashed on, like, oh, what do you go to the studio for? Just to get high and drink? And I'm like, no, we make music. Because, you know, I wasn't releasing anything. Oh, okay. For 8 years, I didn't release anything, dude. Wow. But it was because I knew my reputation. I knew I couldn't put out just some BS.
Gotcha.
You get me? Because then people are gonna expect more BS from you.
Yeah, you didn't want to release it until you were ready, right?
Yeah, until I was ready. I had the name. Well, once I had the name ready, I had the first visual. Then I had my sound. Then I had. It just felt right. Okay. It felt right at that moment. I've never felt so confident where I was like, "Yo, all right, now it's time. Let's fucking make a video ASAP. Right. Let's push this shit. Boom, boom, boom." Now we're pushing, and you know, it got me a small buzz in LA. Now, due to the fact that the industry game it's flipping to the Spanish English now, I have the upper hand, because I have like 2 albums with bilingual stuff ready to go. Okay. And it's not just some BS. You're not just gonna hear.
How many do you have released right now so far?
Released, I only have 3 records released.
Okay, but you're saying you have ready to go.
I have 1 album that I'm releasing in March, hopefully.
Okay. All right, you have a name? What's the name of the album?
Estilo de Vida. Means lifestyle.
Lifestyle. Okay, I like that.
Estilo de vida.
Estilo la vida. Okay.
Yeah, estilo de vida.
What's that gonna? Where are you gonna release it on? What?
That'll be on Spotify, iTunes,
Spotify?
all that good stuff. Yeah. Okay. So we're working on that.
Right, but right now you have like, when you release tracks, right? Is it always on Spotify?
Yeah.
Okay. SoundCloud too, though, right?
Yeah, SoundCloud and Spotify, all that.
Okay.
See, there's a website. It's called DistroKid. They upload it for you.
Okay.
You just pay like $20-$40 a year.
Okay.
And you just upload your music like you upload it on SoundCloud, and they put it all on Spotify.
Okay.
And then but you got to take your responsibility too and make it look good.
Sure.
And go on the actual website, put your picture, put your info, do this. You get me?
Yeah.
But it takes time. Like, I don't know. I just feel like at this point of my life right now, where I'm at mentally and spiritually, I just feel like there's a big, huge purpose behind this now.
Okay. And this is full time now?
Oh, this is full time. I quit my job.
You're all
I quit my job 3 months ago.
Okay.
Everybody thought I was crazy.
What were you doing 3 months up until 3 months ago then?
I was working at a physical therapy office.
Okay.
My mom, so the guy that I had coached his triplets, he's a physical therapist.
Oh,
he had his own building or whatever.
Okay.
Now, this opportunity came to me. They sent me a text. They were like, "Oh, we have a job opening if you're willing to do it."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what, physical therapy, I'll take this job. You get me? I was like, this shit, I'm gonna learn something and it's cool.
So you were a physical therapist or like?
No, I was just a tech. I was just a tech. So I was just helping, like, But I'm in there telling the guy, I was like, yo, I don't know any of this shit. He's like, dude, you'll learn it in a month. I know.
How long were you doing this for?
2 years.
Oh, so you were doing that for 2 years.
I did it for 2 years.
You quit 3 months ago.
And then I quit 3 months ago.
Now you're all in on this, right?
I'm all in.
Yeah.
But within those 2 years, my whole purpose behind that was, I didn't have my studio at that time. I had got robbed for a pound of
stuff.
A pound of it's legal now.
Legal now.
It's legal now. A pound of weed.
Okay.
Let's be real. A pound of weed.
Pound of weed. Okay.
I got robbed for a pound of weed.
What do you mean robbed? I mean, we know what it means, but how?
Yeah, no, I got robbed just trusting the wrong people.
You got jacked.
Pretty much got jacked. Yeah,
okay.
the dude was just bad business. He was like, "Yo, give me this, and I'll bring you the money back." And then
never got the
money. And it was just like, dude, and it was somebody who I trusted a lot at that time.
Okay.
It was one of their people, and they were like, and I asked them at first. I was like, "Yo, do you guys trust him?" They were like, "Yeah." They were like, "Yeah, that's my god brother, man. He won't do nothing to you." And I was like, "All right."
Okay.
I thought I was in good hands. You get me?
Right.
And then the whole shit just flipped on me.
So how much did you lose on that?
It's like $2,500.
Okay.
But I didn't have shit.
All right. Okay. So then you were working, right, and doing all that and saving money in order to put it all into their craft, right?
Into the studio time. Yeah. So that
building
happened.
A studio or studio
building,
time?
No, building. Okay. I'm building. Yeah, I have my own studio.
Oh,
now.
You do? Right now you do?
Yeah.
Okay. So where's that? In your house?
In Westwood.
In Westwood. Okay.
Westwood there's a building called TK Productions, multiple studio rooms, and me and my boy Bravo, my production partner, we just decided we're just like, fuck it, all in or nothing.
So how does that work? You rent space there?
Yeah, we rent space for a month,
so
and we leave all the equipment there.
Okay.
So what happened was, before that, I got robbed twice.
Oh man.
I got robbed for that weed shit. That week. The week after that, I had paid for studio time for the whole weekend. I only got 1 day out of it.
Why is that?
Because the dude was being a douchebag. He don't want to let me get the other 2 days. He was like, "Nah, man, I told you could only stay there for 1 day. I didn't stay the whole week." And I'm like, "Dude, I have the whole text. Our agreement was the whole weekend. You say you were gonna look out." He was like, "Nah, well, I'm not gonna be down there, man, and this and this and that." And I was just like, "Oh, what a fucking." I spent my last $150 on this shit. Now I'm broke. You get me? I'm completely broke. I gotta go to work the next fucking days. Now I gotta wait another 2 weeks to get a check.
All right.
And I was like, damn. And then that's when I told my boy, I was like, look, I was tired of not being able to do what the fuck I love. I was just tired of it. I was like, yo, I gotta go after whatever I wanted.
Okay.
That shit added so much fuel to my fire, dude. I think that's when I became a different person in a good way.
I don't get it though, because that's when you quit, right? Your day job.
That's when I kept the day job.
Okay.
That first check I got.
Okay.
I saved that. And then I went to my other, and then I made some more money on the side. I saved that. That was like the last thing that I had saved. So I had like 500 that I had saved up in like 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then I hit up my boy. I was like, yo, let's go look for more studio time. At that time,
somewhere else, right?
Yeah, somewhere else. At that time, we're recording in this house. We're recording in this fucking basement. You know, I gotta have my head down like this and rap like this. Like, you get me?
Yeah.
Like we were. This is what we wanted to do.
Do what you gotta do, right?
And I sat there and I told my boy, I was like, yo, is this what? I was like, this is what we want to do. We gotta go for it. This is not gonna be easy. We're gonna run through people like this. We're gonna go through this shit. But I was like, we cannot stop, bro. I was like, we have so much to offer. So much more than whatever these guys were going to give us. So then we went to another studio. The guy showed us around. He was trying to charge us like $800 for a month. And we were only going to use the studio 3 days out of the week for 2 hours.
Right. Yeah, okay.
I was like, fuck, no. I'm only making, six? It was part-time. I was like, man, I'm only making $500 a month.
Right.
I can't afford this shit. Then that's when I just told my boy, I was like, remember that one building we went to when the guy had took from us? I was like, dude, that's a whole building with a lot of studios. Let's just call and see. We called. They had an open room. And then I just told my boy, I was like, how much you got? He's like, 5. I was like, I got 5. They were asking for 1,000. I was like, dude, let's do it.
But you're on month to month over there right now, right?
Yeah, I'm
so
month
you're
to
paying
month.
1,000 a month every.
No, 500 now.
500, okay.
But it was 500 down payment and then 500 a month.
Okay.
So we went for it. And then the first day we go in there, my boy's fucking laptop crashed. The one where we had all our shit on. The first day we put the shit there and then thing just went all black. I just looked at him. I was like, fuck.
Okay.
I had a new laptop, but we're working the old software.
Okay.
So the software wouldn't move. We couldn't use it.
Yeah, I can't transfer it.
So then I was just like, I just told him, I was like, yo, I remember his little sister had a dope old school desktop Mac. I was like, hey, tell her I'll give her this new laptop and let us have that old desktop so we could work. And we just tried, we flipped it. Okay. And now I traded a damn 2016 laptop for like a 2008 Mac computer, dude.
Yeah, she's like at home, man. I'm gonna come up.
Dude, she did, exactly. I know she felt like she hustled us. I was like, bro, I feel like your sister's making fun of me now. Like, this is not cool. She's looking at me different now.
She's gonna watch this podcast and laugh, right?
Yeah, like, she's gonna be like, yeah, she's probably gonna see it on the same laptop.
That's hilarious. That's true. Right?
You get me? And then, and we just kept pushing, man. And then I did that trade. Then my mom kind of saw the hustle. She was like, you know what? I'm going to help you with these speakers. We got some big-ass speakers. And then we had our mic, and we just started cooking, dude. I mean, we're squeezing out every penny off of that room. Like,
so when was this? What time frame was this? How long ago?
This was what year? 2018, 2016.
Okay.
Like June.
Okay.
Summertime. Around there.
So how are you going to, obviously, it takes money to do what you're doing, right? So, and you quit your job 3 months ago. So how are you gonna keep it up now, moving forward?
I rent the studio.
Yeah, but how are you gonna pay for that now?
I rent the studio to other people.
Oh, you rent? Oh, so you rent your studio out.
Now I'm the one that's doing the renting.
Got it. Okay, so now you use it when you need it, right? But then you have your own studio, so you have studio time. Yeah. Now, why'd you come up with that idea earlier, man?
Man, that's what the fuck I was saying at first. I was like,
we knew that 2 years ago, right?
But it takes so many
level,
losses
right?
to build.
To figure it out, right?
To figure it out, which I'm so happy about it now because I'm like, I worked my ass off for 2 years, dude. I would go to work with no sleep, fucking. Just off of crazy sessions, just high as fuck. I got to deal with patients that are hurt, telling me they're in pain, and I'm like, damn, shit, but my fucking back is hurting too. Like, what the fuck you want me to do? I was like, yo, give me a hot pack. You get me? But we worked it out, and then
it's all part of the journey, though, right?
Yeah,
that's what makes you appreciate it and you learn it, right?
That's the fucking fun part, man. That's where I find that's where the gold is at. You get me? It's not when I'm on TV. That shit, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
The gold is really on that process. Those the moments that you thought you were gonna break, and then you just fucking burst out into a new being. That's the most amazing feeling ever. As like just at a personal level,
right? It's
a great feeling. You get me?
Yeah. So right now, on the personal front, you have a girl, right?
Yeah.
You're with a girl and you have a son?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How old's your son?
Just turned 3.
Just turned 3.
He's over there sleeping.
I know he's right over there sleeping, right?
Yeah, he just turned 3.
So you have responsibilities, right? You got a family that you got to take care of, right? So it does that drive you to be like take it all seriously, right?
Yeah.
It's not fun and games, right?
No, it's not fun and games. I don't do partying. I don't do any of that. As you can see, I'm walking around in sandals 90% of the time.
Yeah.
I'd rather have him have whatever I can have. It's a sagger. Like I tell people, I have the come up look. This is how you look before you come up.
Right.
You get me?
No, but you say that, but then when you like, I don't know, it's like you got that authentic flavor and look. You know what I mean? It's not about like like you said earlier about like a Gucci belt or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But it's like you got that urban vibe and look, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, man. Hell yeah.
I wish I could look that good.
Nah, man, it's I still stay in shape. I work out. What helps me is I'm not selfish with knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I share it with everybody. I try to, my girl, she has her own bakery stuff going on. She has her own career. She works for her family, but she has her own stuff. My brother as well. Like, I'm trying to help make the team stronger. Like, dude, like, look, this is how I made it out. Like, dude, find what you love, and let's build that. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in that process where like I'm trying to help everybody right now. Where it's like I can't help you physically and financially, but I can help you with like the knowledge that I'm getting.
Right.
As far as my own experiences and other people.
Yeah.
So it's a great feeling because we all share each other. We all share knowledge to each other. We sit. Yeah. That's the reason why we have these Thursday nights where we all go play ball as friends. Like, we go play soccer. We all meet up. They'll be like, yo, what's up with you? Like, when are you doing this? Like, how'd you do that? And I'll just be like, look, this is how you do it. This, boom, boom, boom. Then they'll be like, oh, shit, I never thought about it that way. Damn, thanks, bro. So it just makes it, I won't say it makes it easier for me, but it just makes the process funner. Like, being able to look around and see everybody smiling it's a better feeling. You get me?
Yeah, so then now, moving forward, right? It sounds like you don't have to necessarily stress about income now, right? Because you have your studio, right? So that's kind of like a self-sustaining model that you have, right? So then, what are your supporters and fans? What do they have to look forward to? What's coming up?
This classic album I got for them, man. Okay. It's a classic. It's definitely like I told the guys from Universal. I looked at them straight in the eye. I told my attorney. Like, yo, I have
an attorney now.
I have an attorney. He's Daddy Yankee's attorney and Selena's attorney.
Okay, so he's legit.
He's hella legit.
Okay.
Beverly Hills. Like, I would have never found him.
Okay.
But my manager linked me up and he was like, yo, you need an attorney. We need to protect you first.
Right.
Defense first. And I was like, shit, sign the paper. Let's do it. You get me? So, right now I have a video that's supposed to drop. I want to drop it this week, but it might be next week because the video's still not done. Okay. So I'm gonna drop it real soon.
Okay.
This one's a freestyle to Boom Boom Tam Tam.
Okay.
It's a freestyle. Tam Tam. Yeah. It's just a remix freestyle stuff I did, but I feel like it was perfect for me to bring in just because of the sound that was created. This is from a Brazilian DJ. The sound is fucking super super Brazilian. Like it has soccer written all over it. So I put a soccer theme behind it. I got Kate and Liz and Ice Cold to come out in the video and do some tricks while I'm rapping.
Okay.
You get me? Yeah. Nobody's doing that. So I'm just thinking of ways how to approach the game where people will be like, oh shit. You get me? We got to do what he's doing type of thing.
Right.
So I have that video dropping. Then I have another single with these Colombian artists. This is actually my first reggaeton song.
Okay.
They hit me up. They were like, hey, we have this hit for you. We need you on the remix. And I was like, all right, let's do it. Song is hot, so I was like, all right, let's do it. Then I want to drop the album in March. Estilo de Vida. It has 9 tracks, and hopefully, if it all goes well, I want to have the release party in this hometown.
That'd be dope. In this
right
hometown,
here.
Maybe right here.
I want to make this shit. I want to make this shit my hometown, man. I genuinely believe in this, man. Like I believe in this as much as I believe in myself. Just for the simple fact that, like we said, we wanted this when we were young, and I've always wanted to have. Like, if we were kids, like, to be like, damn, like, remember those guys that had that spot and looked out for us? I want kids to look at us like that, you feel me?
Yeah,
to be like, damn, remember those dudes that did that? Like, maybe we should do something like that for our community. You feel me? So it's like, kind of just keep all this in the loop and, push forward. But I have great music, hopefully, we'll just see. We'll see what this video I drop.
Yeah.
It should be good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
It's definitely. I think this video is gonna be real fun. That album is gonna be. It's insane.
So March is gonna be a big month for you, right?
March, yeah. These next 3 months should be what's gonna define my career for the next couple of years.
Future.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you haven't signed anything yet that you're hoping in the next few months something's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm hoping if the paperwork's right, I'm gonna do it.
Or is there any plans to stay independent, or you do want to sign with a label?
At one point, I do want to stay independent, but then you also need that label promo.
You need that backup, huh?
You need that backup.
The marketing and the money to push it, right?
The money to push it, and plus just putting that brand behind your brand.
Kind of give you that stamp of legitimacy.
Oh man, it makes people see you different. They approach you different. Right. It's way different. But I'm learning how to. I'm learning from people right now who are telling me how to kind of flip it in a way where, like, if they give you a 30,000 video budget, let's go find somebody who could do it for 5,000 and make it look like it's 30. Now you're only using 5. You get back 25. You get me?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's. I'm kind of trying to. I'm getting more knowledge in it, so that way before I sign,
smart money, right?
Smart money.
Yeah.
That way, it's about working smart, not hard.
Exactly.
Now I gotta work real smart. It's not about working too hard.
Yeah.
I already worked hard. I already worked hard. So now we just gotta polish this shit right. We gotta package it right, make it look good, and just move on from there.
For sure. All right. Any last words and shout outs?
Shout out to Urban Pitch, man.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to the real ballers out there. Shout out to the community. Shout out to everybody.
Appreciate that. Thanks again for joining us on Urban Pitch Podcast. Look for big things from Feefa.
Yes, sir.
All right. Next few months. SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube.
Yep.
All of the above, right?
All of the above. Album release party will be here March.
You heard
Y'all stay tuned. It's gonna be a blast. Peace. We're gonna have FIFA 18 tournaments in there too.